Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of our Minecraft YouTube series. And for today's episode, I know I said I would work on the gold farm. However, I just don't feel like doing it, so I'm not, because I'm only going to do what I want to do. I will eventually finish it, but it is going to be a bit of a longer project since I have to get the piglin and finish setting up the redstone. So that's something that I will worry about and work on later. But first, we're just going to jump straight in to another mining segment. Let's go! And we are back. So we dug out this entire chunk. I think it took about 4-ish hours, maybe 5. But we're going to start slowly working our way around all of these chunks. I may do a little bit of work off camera, but I just wanted to show y'all how it's going to start looking. You can see that it's going to be very big. It's very wide, actually. But even though it's really deep, right now it looks more deep than it's actually going to be. This entire layer of 10 and probably that entire layer of 10 too is going to be completely covered with either lava or glass. So really we're going to be about 20 blocks up when we actually start our base, which is still a very long way to go, I know. And I'm really hoping that I can try to have this completely finished out by the end of August. I know that's about a month and a half out, but this is a lot of work. It's definitely a lot more work than I originally thought it would be when I planned on digging a giant volcano out, but I'm sure it will be really worth it in the end. I also went ahead and I dug out this little row. So we might even dig out this little section. The other section was definitely bigger. I think the other section was about 9 wide, and oh, I fell down again. And this section is only about 5 wide, so it would definitely be a lot quicker. So I might end up still doing that in this episode and just not recording it or putting it in. We'll see time wise what I'm able to accomplish. But something you might have noticed is about halfway through digging this little section out, I decided to go and get netherite. And it was definitely a journey, and I somehow lost all of my footage for it. But we do have one little netherite scrap. We decided to make the Silk Touch pickaxe netherite. I wanted the Silk Touch pickaxe to be netherite for the increased durability and speed because I'm doing a lot of digging with my Silk Touch. I decided to also do the sword and my little leggings. We definitely died a lot while we were doing that, so I'm really sad I can't show it to y'all because it was a very fun experience going to get the nether upgrade template and getting the netherite. We definitely still need to get more blocks to fully be covered in netherite and have all of our tools in netherite, but that's another thing that we can worry about later. Right now, though, I think I want to do a couple of moss farms around here. It may seem silly that I'm creating all of these farms and stuff and have built pretty much nothing. I'm just digging and making farms. But we can't really work on our base until the volcano is completely dug out. So right now all of these farms are just to help prepare us for when this volcano is completely dug out. Again, I'm hoping to have this completely dug out by the end of August. Then we can start actually working on the inside and detailing it. I'm so excited and have so many plans for that. But until then, we are just creating farms that will help us when we are digging out the inside. I want us to be able to swiftly move between digging and building. I don't want us to have to wait and then start building all of these farms then. I'd rather have all of these farms built now. But I was thinking the moss farms could be somewhere around here because I want a regular moss farm and I want a pale moss farm. So I was thinking about putting two moss farms right next to each other. Oh, and those are phantoms because I have not slept in a while. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Coming. Ah! I think I'm really bad at killing things and I don't have my bow on me. I am at least, oops, hitting them, which is what matters. Why don't we go over here? Because I do actually need the nighttime right now, but I think I'm just gonna sleep and deal with that in the morning. Because somehow, and I will go into free cam and show you in just 1 second. Or, well, I guess I don't even need to go into free cam and show you. You see, I have all of these open right now, and it's because somehow all of our zombies despawned. So I think I'm gonna have to name tag them because I didn't name tag them, oh gosh, last time. And so I think I'm gonna stay up for a couple of nights and name tag them. And I guess we need to get rid of this creeper. And I think that zombie's gonna, yeah, that zombie died before we could really put it to use, but that's also fine. I've also been AFKing some of the farms we currently have. Just recently AFK'd the gunpowder farm, and as you can see, we have a load of gunpowder because I really go through these rockets. And our sugarcane farm is still running sometimes in the background. It just recently harvested everything. We don't have nearly as much sugarcane as I want, but I'm sure a small little farm is still good for us now because we also still have this big old section of sugarcane. However, I am going to stop babbling and actually start gathering the materials for a moss farm, and I will see you in a second. We now have both of our little moss farms completed. As you can see, I have pale moss over here and some regular moss right over here. Now, the regular moss was giving me a bit of issues. I've had to fix it multiple times. I haven't had an issue with the pale moss yet, but it's just something to be on the lookout. It's very easy to accidentally break these farms. I ended up needing to even put in more lava. I didn't record that part, but I did go back and add, I think, 2 more lava buckets back there because I kept getting cobblestone, but now I am just getting stone blocks. But I do already have a decent amount of the regular moss items since I let these both keep running while I was building the outside of the structure. And I do have even more pale moss now, but again, that's just because the pale moss wasn't breaking and has been running non-stop versus the regular moss. It kept breaking and I had to fix it a few times, so this one hasn't been running non-stop. But I'm actually going to go ahead and turn both of these machines off since I already have a good amount of material. I'm not even really too concerned about the little bits that get left floating over there, just because I already know I'm going to get way more from this farm. I think it was maybe running for 30 minutes, and the storage, the bottom row over here, is already a good amount filled, so I don't even have to run this farm for very long. However, this farm is also placed in the perfect spot that I can AFK this while I am AFKing my little creeper farm over here. We are now running out of time for this episode. However, there's just a couple more things I want to do. First, I want to give y'all all a tour of everything I've built so far this season, since it is episode 10. So why don't we go take a look at all of that? Of course, starting with our volcano. It's not all the way completed yet. Even the mining's not completed yet, but this is a massive project. So instead of like most streamers or YouTubers, where I start with a few starter builds, smaller bases, and then start working on my mega base, I did just fully start on my mega base first. However, we are fairly close to the end of digging this massive volcano out. We've already reached the bottom layer, where we're going to completely stop for this base, and even with that, it's not even going to go fully all the way down, I don't think. We also have gotten ourselves our very own beacon, which we've been using to help with mining a little. We have this massive chest area that I've been using to store everything I get while digging out the volcano. I just pop everything into this chest and it automatically hoppers down to the very last chest. And this area is fairly full. And then next, we of course have our creeper farm and our two brand new moss farms. If we go this way, we have our little sugarcane farm, both manual and automatic, and our iron farm, which, as you can probably tell, I did fix. We now have all 4 zombies back and their named tag, so hopefully they won't despawn again. We have a little manual lava farm over here. We have a bamboo farm-ish over here. We've been growing some these aren't glowberries. Yes, we've been growing some glowberries over here, along with our regular cow and sheep farm, which we haven't actually needed to harvest for a while. We have our simple little villager trading farm. A few of them have been zombified or fully killed, so I do need to unzombify them, but that is an issue for a later time. I think we have our food farm along with a chest monster. We have another chest monster over there and a chest monster upstairs a little. And speaking of chest monsters, we do have one in the nether, I think. Oops. Okay, but we are now going to explore what we did in the nether. So if we go this way just a little bit, I think it should start. Yes, we have a magma block cube farm. And then if we head back this way, I think we start veering off. Yes, over here. We have the start of a gold to bartering farm. It's of course not completed, but we have made some good progress on it. I promise, I will complete it in a video, just not today's video. we have also broken through to the nether here, which is how we managed to get onto the nether roof. And then right over here, we follow this path, it leads us to our portal to the end. Because we have completed, well, not completed. Because we have defeated the Ender Dragon, which is how we got the elytra we're wearing right now, and how we are able to have this amazing little... Ooh, almost fell and died. That would have been very sad. But it's how we're able to have this amazing little XP farm, and this works great. I've only had to fix it once, and it's because I accidentally broke one of these blocks. Oh, but I know it's a little loud. There, that's a little bit less loud. But this is how we're able to get all of our levels and repair all of our... It's how I'm able to keep my amazing armor and tools fully in tip-top shape instead of having to constantly replace them. This farm is also really helpful for enchantments. I think it's definitely the farm I have used the most out of all of the ones we've built so far. But of course, that may change once everything's moved into the base that can be moved into the base, because some of those farms will be constantly running. My plan is to move majority of the farms out there into this base and get a few chunk loaders in, just so I don't have to worry about any of them breaking, especially because my storage system may need to be constantly loaded to not break, because I really don't want an automatic storage system to break. Those are almost impossible to set up, in my opinion, and then they're even more impossible once they've broken and then you have to fix them. So I'd rather just have those little chunk loaders set up. And then the final thing we're going to do is we're going to do a quick compare and contrast of our world now that we're at episode 10 versus from when we first started. I hope you all enjoyed today's episode, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!